Come on. Let's hear it for sharks. All right.
6 years ago, we were about getting ready to break ground on this building when Sandy hit here in New York. That, as you know, that storm had a huge impact here on Coney Island and so many parts of New York, and it tested the strength and the will of this community. A lot of people have worked together for many, many months and years to make this happen, but in some ways, this shows us the best of New York, how we can all come together and how no storm is going to stop us, and how we're opening Ocean Wonder Sharks here today after Sandy.
And exhibits like Ocean Wonder Sharks, right here behind me, provide an intimate view into the dynamic underwater ecosystems, some of which occur just offshore the New York City coastline. We are really proud of this new exhibit. It's state-of-the-art in design and in function. The animals that we care for and present in these amazing dynamic exhibits are truly ambassadors for their species and for ocean habitats everywhere. And as I say all the time, it's not enough for us just to exhibit animals for people to look at. There has to be a higher purpose. And the higher purpose for all of us at WCS is conservation of species in the wild. To that effect, this exhibit will help people better understand and appreciate sharks as complex apex predators of the sea, for their importance in healthy oceans, and to reverse the negative impact that most shark populations are feeling as a result of human activities such as overfishing and pollution in the form of plastics and other ocean toxins.
From the water, looking back at this beautiful city, you can see that from Manhattan to Brooklyn, from Queens to the Bronx, all around Staten Island, there's a growing wave of New Yorkers longing for a direct connection with the water that surrounds this city. The Donald Zucker and Barbara Herbeck Zucker Ocean Wonders Sharks exhibit that we're celebrating today is an important part of this rediscovery of New York's waters. It's a statement and it's a promise from the Wildlife Conservation Society's New York Aquarium that we will take a leadership role in nurturing this rebirth of New York's relationship with the marine environment. In our waters, right here in New York, swim 26 species of sharks, those animals most symbolic of marine wilderness. Their ecological importance and implacable predatory grace speak powerfully to our aspirations for a healthy ocean. And sadly, they're also symbolic of our history of wasteful depletion of wildlife and wild places. And sharks are just one feature of a surprisingly rich and diverse marine fauna that shares an address with 8 million New Yorkers. In this city of islands, we're working on all fronts to empower our visitors, inspire conservation action, and to create the next generation of environmental stewards who will work with us to protect our heritage.
It is a great day in New York City. And I, too, never thought I'd say this, having been a kid who used to take the D train all the way down to Coney Island and swim in its waters. But I'm really glad that there are sharks here. My first job as a teenager going to high school in the Bronx was at no other than the Bronx Zoo. Now, I was working food service in the Bronx Zoo. I was really just bussing tables and cashiering and serving food. But every morning, I would get there really early before the park opened to the public. Every morning, I would get to walk through. And as you've heard today, every morning, I would get to be inspired by nature. I would get to think about how important wildlife is to our community. So it is wonderful to be here on behalf of Mayor de Blasio to celebrate the opening of this aquarium. The ferocity of nature delayed the opening of this aquarium, but it is the respect and the love and the inspiration of nature that has allowed us to open it today. So we're not just restoring Coney Island to its former glory, we are helping it through nature become its most glorious ever.
3, 2, 1.
You know, the white tip is just gorgeous. It's all
Wing-like pencils that come flying in the water.